Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss synthesis of protein. Proteins are the structural and functional unit of our cell. Protein is a polymer which has monomeric unit of amino acids. Amino acids are joined by forming peptide bond between them. When we see the structure of amino acid, each amino acid contains two functional groups. One is carboxyl group, that is COOH, and one is amine group, which is NH2. This amine and carboxyl groups are responsible for the formation of peptide bond. They release water molecule and forms the peptide bond between two amino acids. Thus, the primary structure of protein contains a linear chain of amino acids which are joined by the peptide bonds. Its secondary structure is a three-dimensional structure which either can be beta sheets or it can be in alpha helical structure. There are formation of hydrogen bonds between the polypeptide chains which gives a tertiary structure to proteins. It is then further converted into quaternary structure by the process of coiling. It can have one or more polypeptide chains which are interconnected by multiple hydrogen bonds and polypeptide bonds. This quaternary structure is more stable structure of the protein. So we have seen the structural unit of proteins which are amino acids and its four types of structure. The process of protein synthesis starts from the DNA, which is present in the nucleus of the cell. It is a double helical structure which has codes for the protein synthesis. These codes are being transcribed on the formation of mRNA. mRNA then contains the sequence of amino acids. This sequence is translated into a polypeptide chain with the help of ribosomes and the tRNA that are present in the cytoplasm. So these three elements, mRNA, ribosomes and tRNA, are responsible for the protein synthesis. Reverse transcription also takes place where mRNA is responsible for production of DNA and DNA can make its own replica by the process of replication. In this chapter, we will discuss the transcription and translation process in detail. The process of photosynthesis takes place in both nucleus and cytoplasm. The nucleus have DNA which is transcribed into RNA production. This RNA is of rough type. It has various sequences that does not code for any amino acids. So by the process of splicing, these known coding regions of RNA are being removed and thus the mRNAs produced which have the sequence for amino acids. This mRNA is then exported into cytoplasm through very microscopic pores called nucleopore that are present in the membrane of nucleus. Once mRNA is present in the cytoplasm, it attaches to ribosome which act as protein factory for the production of protein and tRNA act as a carrier molecule for amino acid and thus the protein formation takes place in cytoplasm. So we can say transcription process takes place in the nucleus whereas translation process takes place in the cytoplasm. Transcription process can be divided into three parts: initiation, elongation and termination. Initiation process have the RNA polymerase enzyme. With the help of sigma factor, it attaches on the 5' end of the DNA. This point has to be remembered that the process of transcription takes place from the 5' end to 3' end of the DNA. So RNA polymerase attached on the 5' end and starts reading the sequence that is present on the DNA. If DNA has nucleotide sequence, suppose this. So in the process of transcription, which mRNA will be produced will have the sequence of following the Chargaff rule of base pairing. The Chargaff has stated that adenine forms the bond with thymine and cytosine will form bond with guanine. So these are the complementary pair, and we all know that mRNA does not contain thymine. It replaced by the uracil. So RNA will have uracil in place of thymine. So when this code is being coded for mRNA, it will have in it, A should be paired with thymine, but instead of thymine, it will have uracil. Thymine will pair with adenine, guanine will pair with cytosine, cytosine will pair with guanine, and again adenine will pair up with uracil. So our mRNA will contain complementary base sequence from the DNA. In the process of elongation, the RNA polymerase moved towards the 3' end and reached the sequence on DNA, and by the following the Chargaff rule, it produced the mRNA molecule. At the point of termination, when DNA have the stop codon sequence, RNA polymerase terminate the process of transcription and release the mRNA molecule from the DNA. And DNA again recoiled itself to its original structure and release the mRNA. Every amino acids is being coded by specific codons. There are 20 types of amino acids that are being caused by codes by different arrangement of nucleotide codons. You can see here these are the nucleotides, and these arrangements of these codons codes for specific amino acids. There are only three type of stop codons. These are, this point should be remember. Stop codons are UAA, UAG, and UGA. They act as an terminating codon for mRNA sequence. There are three types of RNA. Messenger RNA, that is being produced by transcription of DNA. Ribosomal RNA is present in the ribosomes, and tRNA is present in cytoplasm. Each tRNA is have a specific anticodon arm for a specific amino acid. So, if there are 20 types of amino acids, there are 20 types of tRNA also available in cytoplasm. And when we see the ribosomes, we have 80s ribosome, larger unit has 60s subunit, and smaller unit has 40s subunit, and its structure is such like that mRNA completely fits between the both subunits. In the process of translation, mRNA fits itself into between the subunits of ribosomes, and there are three types of sites available on ribosome: E site, B site, and A site. And tRNA act as a carrier molecule which attach the amino acid and uh, Reading this codon sequence on mRNA, tRNA attach the amino acid, forming the peptide bond between them, and thus a linear chain of peptides, a polypeptide amino acids being formed here. So this is how protein is synthesized by the regulation of DNA following its sequence through the mRNA, and ribosome and tRNA also uh, are the important factors in the process of protein synthesis. I hope you understand the whole process and various details included in it. Thank you very much.